Hello, everybody. This is your friend Eagles fan 036 here, and today I'll be talking about how to best play defense in NHL 23. I'll be focusing mostly on the defensemen. So in this game, I was playing for the Chicago Wolves in the LG AHL at left defense, and my superb right defense partner was Fidel Cashflow. So, first thing I want to take a look at before we get into the actual gameplay is the best builds to use for defense. You're pretty much doing yourself a disservice if you're not using a puck moving defenseman. It's really lame. It's EA's fault for having like six useful perks and only like two useful builds, but the meta is definitely puck moving defenseman, and the two size combos you see most often are either 6'1" 160 or 6'1" 180 to get the best speed attributes and height and weight attributes. Uh, you're definitely going to want gold elite edges as your first perk, and then the other two perks. There's a few you can pick from. Tape to tape's pretty good. The poke check perk is pretty good, and then if we look at the other team, shutdown's not bad, but this is not a puck moving defenseman class. That's a different class. But yeah, shutdown's not a bad silver perk to have either. Truculence isn't banned, though of course that's banned in LG. And another silver perk I really like that's also banned is Unstoppable Force. I used to run a 6'1" 180 class with Unstoppable Force because it really helped you hold the puck at the blue line, help you on board battles, that kind of stuff. Some other acceptable perks are the Interceptor perk. I personally don't think it does much, but some people think they do. And then the perk that helps you win puck battles. I forget what that one's called. Anyway, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, so first things first, right off the bat, number one mistake a lot of defensemen can make in the offensive zone is when the puck is on your side, on the strong side. You need to be on the boards at all times. The easiest way for this winger to pass the puck back to you is up the boards. I see a lot of noob defensemen or forwards who try to play defensemen. They'll, instead of being on the boards waiting for that puck, they'll move like here, and it's like a really weird and impossible pass for this forward to pass it to you here instead of you need to be on the boards. And then this defenseman, you're going to see when the puck is on his offside, he's going to hover more towards the middle of the ice. And then if the puck were to be on yellow's side, yellow would be on the boards, and teal would be then hovering in the middle of the ice. Okay, so just one thing of note there, look at the two defensemen's positioning. So usually when the other team is exiting their defensive zone or our offensive zone, the defenseman on the puck side is going to be challenging that play and pass a little bit more, but still want to be turning around. The defenseman who's not on puck side is going to be the one who really immediately turns around and sprints back. Gotta love the after the whistle shenanigans. So for those of you who don't speak LG, that means it's going to be a tie up where the forward's going to come in and get it off the push. Okay, you can't really see it here at this view, but note other teams exiting the zone, both defensemen immediately turn around and bailed as soon. They're not like sitting up here hitting L2 and being slowed down. They're running back immediately. You have to, as soon as the other team wins that face off as a defenseman, you have to run all the way back. My personal favorite pass as left defenseman, first look at all times is my left wing. It's just the easiest straight line, most simple pass. Usually that's my first read, then I'll look in the general direction. Then if neither of those is open, I'll send it over to my defensive partner with a horizontal pass. But yeah, first look is always going to be the simplest, easiest pass right up the boards to my left winger. Again, other team has taken control of the puck. Note the defenseman's position here. This is on my side, so I'm up a little more to challenge, and it's on yellow's offside, so he's already all the way back. Okay, right here we're going to have a 2-on-2 coming up. Let's see what happens. So I challenge the puck area at the blue line, but I don't overcommit, and I'm able to stay with them. I'm not like shooting all the way up the ice. I do one poke and quickly turn around, so I'm staying with them. Yellow's responsibility at this point is this man, if he goes towards that right post, Yellow's got to cover that right post all day. Which Yellow sticks with his man, I keep the pressure on that man. It's perfect. And note here, after I recover that loose puck, to give myself some time to evade the forecheckers, highly suggest this one always, or not always, but you can often go behind your net to build yourself some time. And note, I am not sprinting up the ice at all. Look, I put my stick out and I'm slowly gliding up the ice. Another mistake a lot of noob defensemen make is they will sprint up the ice into the forecheckers. You give yourself an extra second or two by not sprinting and just standing there. Look, standing holding my ground. I didn't see anything immediately open. I probably could have passed it to Red there, but nothing wrong with reversing it to your defensive partner, letting him move it up the ice too. Okay, so I'm gonna go back a few seconds here. Let's go back and watch that play. What we're doing, this isn't what every team necessarily does, but the quote unquote LG style of defense is you pretty much try to run a trap where all five guys are going to be back at the blue line and you attack them at the blue line. These forwards were forechecking here, so it wasn't quite a full trap on this play. But note how, as they're crossing the blue line, we go to attack the puck area to disrupt them as they come across. But we attack with a poke check and staying with them and not overcommitting and running up for a big hit. We're doing the poke sprint for a breakaway. Okay, there we go. Blue and me both attack, seal the man off. Yellow does his job of reading his guy there. So this is an interesting situation because usually I tell defensemen, you're responsible for your post. Nobody is at Yellow's post. So what does Yellow do? He steps up and takes the man up there. If there was an additional man, if there was a man standing here, Yellow's got to take this guy, and then we got to hope that the center comes in and takes the guy in the high slot. But because there's no one at his post, Yellow can then step up and play the percentages. Again, my first read every time I pick up the puck, I'm staring right at Green. Green was open right off the bat. Took me like 0.5 seconds to make that pass. I'm going to do that every single time I get the puck. Simplest, easiest pass is just straight ahead. I want to go back and show you guys something here. Yellow made a really nice play here. My boy Fidel. Okay, so hang on. Wait for us to recover this puck. Sorry. All right, we're moving it up. So watch what teal and yellow do as the forwards move the pucks up the ice. Another thing noob defensemen do is they will sprint up the ice with the forwards. That's not the best way to play the puck because what you want to do is you want to glide up the ice because it gives you so much more turning ability. You can either turn around if the other team recovers a loose puck, or as you'll see Yellow do soon, he's gliding up the ice and a loose puck comes to him and he has so much more maneuverability from not sprinting and so much more time to make a play. Oh, I stand a little corrected. He did sprint, but he did slow down and glide right as he's about to cross the blue line, and that's what gave him time. Okay, I'm going to go back and show us that too. Okay. It's a little hard to see with this camera angle. I thought I was going to pick up that loose puck. It was a unfortunate play, and we do wind up giving it, I'll call it a half breakaway. We'll get to that in a second. So right here, see, it's hard to see on the screen angle, but I thought I was going to pick it up right there. I somehow didn't. But watch what I do with my stick right about, yeah, there. I'm taking away that half of the ice, and the goalie can make a good read on that. He made a good read with the diving poke, but all he had to do there was cover the left side of the ice because my stick, there's like a 60 or 70% chance I poke the puck off that guy if he tries to cut to this side, which is why I called it a half breakaway. So it does suck to allow any kind of breakaway, but at least by putting my stick out, I'm sealing off one side and making the read easier for my goalie. Okay, right there, my first read in green, I felt like was covered. If I tried giving him that off the backhand, then that defenseman could have stepped up and picked it off. Change the stick angle, put it on my backhand, send it over the center instead. Good luck. Okay, right here, once again, I'm responsible for this man as he cuts towards that post, and yellow can guard this general area. Notice during this puck battle, look where I'm sitting. I'm not sprinting after this puck. I'm not sprinting up to go and try to be a breakout man. I'm just doing my job, and I'm literally sitting still in front of our net. One of the hardest things for a lot of defensemen to do is literally just sit still. And then I went around behind the net. If my D-man wanted an outlet option, nobody was pressuring him, though, so he had time. He goes for the slap pass. Let's see how this turns out. It doesn't look particularly open right now, but let's see what happens. Wild EA bounce right to green. Very nice. Okay, right here, I noticed that there was nobody coming up with that guy on this side, so I decided to come over and help yellow pinch this guy off because I could have just kept backing up and giving him space, and I probably would have done that if there was another guy I had to guard coming in from this way, but it's essentially a 1-on-2 at this moment. So I came over and helped yellow seal him off. And it slows him down and gives our forecheckers time to get back. Right there, both blue and green had the same idea. I was looking for someone to cut and split through the middle of the ice to beat them at the blue line for a breakaway. Unfortunately, they both made the same exact read. Solid footage right here. That was a mistake by me off the draw. I think I was on my phone. That's not something you want to do, especially if you're the guy who, if you're the guy who the center's winning it to off his hands. Okay, let's watch what I do on that back check there. So this is an interesting scenario here on the back check because yellow's in his ordinary spot and green essentially for the moment temporarily is playing left defense. And I'm coming in as the back checker, so instead of sprinting after the puck, I'm going to glide in and just settle in right in front of the net. And then right here, I filled as left wing since left wing was just covering for me down low, which is why I stepped up. Nothing crazy, just a quick little pass along the boards. Okay, yep. So right there, interesting scenario. Yellow is on the boards because the puck's on his strong side, and if it's going to stay here, I'm going to hover more towards the middle. Okay, right here. This is another really important thing to note. Yellow is never going to pass me this puck, and if he does, I'm bailing the zone because there's just nothing advantageous I can do at all with this puck. What I'm doing to give yellow support, I'm immediately going to be running backwards here. I already know I'm going to do it before I even watch the footage. See that? There's no way yellow was ever giving me that puck. I'm just running back to cover. Shot gets blocked, and it's a good thing I'm back. If I had stepped up, this could have been a 2-on-1. I want to show that footage of that guy coming across the blue line again. So in this situation, I'm looking, it's a 2-on-2, so I'm able to give this guy some sort of pressure over the blue line. Then I don't need to worry about any sort of quick horizontal give and go type of play because yellow's got him and I got him. So what I want to do is slow this guy down so that my forecheckers can come help me out. I'm not stepping up, trying to poke it and turn it into a breakaway or anything, because that's how it leads to an odd man. And I'm not going to sit all the way back and just let him enter the zone for free. What I'm going to do is slightly harass him as he comes over the blue line while still staying with him as he runs down the ice. One attack right there, and if I had missed that, I was going to turn around and run back. And then after I poked that off his stick, I think I was trying to hit him or something after that, and wound up shooting it right at our goalie, which not a good, not a normal defensive play. Let's go back a second here. I want to show our positioning there once we get in the zone. Sorry, go fast. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, notice this is the reverse of some situations I showed earlier. Puck is on yellow's strong side. Yellow's going to stay along the boards, and my job is to sit right here in the middle. Right there, I had an opportunity. I could have pinched. I say it's a 50-50 whether or not I win that puck battle. The problem is I don't get to that puck in time. That turns into a 2-on-1. If I do get to it, it could lead to a good offensive situation. So in my head, I'm thinking about what the scoreboard is. It's only 0-0 in the first. If we were, say, down by one in the third period with 8 minutes left, I think I make that pinch and go for that poke check. But at this point in the game, I just don't think it's really worth the risk reward's not really worth it. My job right here, again, very simple concept. Yellow's got that man. I am not puck watching at all. I am watching this guy. I'm trying to make sure if this guy cuts to the post, I try to intercept it. And if there's a rebound, I'm trying to beat that guy to this area. I'm not even looking at I'm literally like on my screen, I'm looking at this guy. I'm not, or in my eyes, I'm looking at this guy. I'm not even looking at this guy. I want to show something there when they recover that puck. Look at where teal and yellow are. This is like the second they recover that puck. You don't mess around with L2 and you don't slowly go back. You turn around immediately. Yellow is already back. I'm sprinting back the second that they recover that puck. I'm just turning around and sprinting. Right here again, I'm guarding this guy. I'm not letting him get in front of the net. Yellow's got that guy. I'm not puck watching. I'm not stepping to hit him. I'm guarding my area. I'm not chasing up there to get a hit or poke check. I'm guarding. This is my area here. This is my spot. And then yellow, this is his spot. There's nobody remotely on the yellow side of the ice right now, which is why he stepped over more this way. So now at this point, yellow should be moving over to cover this man, and I'll be moving to cover here and try to block that shooting lane, or if this guy steps out for a pass. Yep, yellow moves over. I'm on that guy. Perfect. Okay, that means he's going to push. Little known fact, or I don't know how little known this is. If you've ever played like Mario Kart, when you click in the left stick to run after the puck after a faceoff actually matters. You want to click it in right as the puck is dropped, as if you're winning a drawback. If you click it in beforehand, you're going to run up slow. If you click it in at the exact right moment, you get more speed when you go after. Just a weird little nuance of the game. So again, yellow's on puck carrier. What's my job? My job is not to stare at that guy. My job is not to run after that guy. My job is not to go poke check that guy. My job is to cover in front of the net and sit still in front of the net. Hardest thing for some people to do. Again, look at me. I'm sitting still in front of the net. I am not running anywhere. I'm sitting still. And look at that. I was in position to make a play because of that. I gave Green a tough pass to work with there. There was immediately a guy on him when I gave it to him. So just a note here. I read that my defensive partner Yellow was moving over to the left. So what do? I flip flop with him and go over to the right to give him an outlet if he wants, or I'm back if he winds up turning it over. So in my head here, I know my defense partner got hit and it's going to take him like 5 seconds to get up. So I'm going to play this a little more conservatively till I see him get back. I might be backing up more if I get the puck. I'm immediately going to get rid of it, do nothing crazy. Again, other team retains possession of the puck. The defensemen are barely on the screen because we're already back. Center does a good job of being back and making this is essentially a 3-on-4 right now, so this is really good numbers for us. And knowing that, look at that. We're attacking them right as they try to cross the blue line. I knew I was able to do that because I could trust on my friends here to cover back, knowing we outnumber them, and I just attack right at the blue line and pick that off. So right there, I want to show you one last thing before the end of the period. The reason that Teal me crashes in here, I would not ordinarily do that, but I hear the doot doot doot, the clock ticking down, so I know there's no time left for the other team to move the puck the other way, so I may as well come in just in case there's a rebound, loose puck, whatever. Right here, again, I make the read that we have more numbers than they do, so I'm attacking at the blue line. Some nice D partner to D partner action. You'll see here the other team is in a full, they're pretty much doing a full on trap at this point. For those of you unfamiliar with hockey terminology, a trap is when pretty much in some formation or another, the entire team is guarding their blue line, stopping you from crossing the blue line. So their one winger gets the boards here, their other winger gets the boards there, and then two defensemen in the center take the middle. And they're all just going to sit around the blue line area, not really forecheck us, and make us beat them over the blue line. So right here, puck's on yellow, strong side. I'm sitting in the middle. I'm not sitting over there. And the reason I'm not sitting over there, if the other team recovers it and I'm not in the middle and I'm over there, they get a free breakaway. They just run right past. When I'm in the middle and I can then turn around with them. Again, saw that we had the 4-on-3 numbers, which is why I felt a little more like I could attack that puck. If they were the ones outnumbering us, I would have played that more conservative, been further back. But look, there's essentially 4 guys crowding this guy as he crosses the blue line. I'll be pretty shocked if they keep possession of this puck. Oh, they do. Oh, not really. Okay. So again, right here, one thing I want to note, Yellow does a perfectly good job of stepping in because there's a big opening in the slot. But I know that puck is not coming to me. My job is not to run up and be an additional winger. My job is to stay back just in case he loses, it gets poked, whatever. It's not exciting, but it's what you got to do. There's like he's never gonna look for me here when he's here, especially since I don't even have any good shooting perks. So in this situation, we don't quite outnumber them as they go to the blue line. So instead of anyone challenging, we're running back. My job's take this guy, this area, again, most important area to cover, right here. He's got puck carrier. I'm boxing out this guy. I'm covering this area. No cross crease tapping. Right here, 3-on-2. It's less likely we're going to be able to challenge them over the blue line. We need to sink back and just buy time for the forecheckers to get back and don't give them anything for free. Easy tap-ins in front of the net. That guy actually made a foolish first pass because we're both guarding the center. We're going to let the wingers enter in for free over the outside. But by passing it to the center guy, we were both pretty much on him to attack him right away. And right here, I know there's no chance I'm going to recover that puck in time. If I just sprint in for the hit, the guy could easily dodge me and wrap around either way. Instead of sprinting in for no reason, I'm just going to guard my spot. Stand still, guard my spot. And look at that. I wind up poking it away because I just stand there and stay patient and guard my spot. Note one thing after. Alright, we're going to have to zip through a few seconds again. Okay, so note right there, when red recovers this puck, what I'm not going to do is sprint forward as another outlet. I'm going to wait and see what happens because I know he's under pressure and there's a halfway decent chance he might lose this. And look at that. I didn't sprint forward and I'm back and able to help defend. My job, once again, this is my area. Yep, and he attacks the puck carrier on his strong side. Again, this is my spot. I am not moving. This is my spot. Stand still on defense when the puck is not on your side, especially. The goalie has full confidence. I'm guarding the tap in, and he just stays tight to his post. Right here, we are outnumbering them as they try to cross the blue line, so we might be a little more aggressive in attacking them over the blue line. There we go. We had two guys sealing him off, him coming in for the block shot. He knows Blue's got this guy. Great team defense by everyone. So he's doing a tie up here. I'm going to sprint in as soon as I see that. All right, let's go back and watch yellow on that play. That was an interesting decision you made. It did work out pretty well. So yellow is looking at blocking the shooting lane there. I don't know if he knows that guy's behind. I guess in this case, I would go back and take that guy behind him since there's no one I got to worry about. That makes sense, yeah. Since he's on strong side, puck side, he takes shooting lane, and I would take the sole guy in front of the net. Good block. So what wound up happening there, I took an interference penalty. I thought I was going to be recovering a loose puck, and I was putting my stick out to the left to, like do a deke to the left to try to defend the puck, but I never wound up picking up the puck and I hit someone instead, which is just what I wanted. But now we get to watch a right winger play defense. Let's see how he does. He's guarding his spot. He did his job. Going out there is a little tough to do as a D-man. You want one of your forwards to be all the way out there. You can't, if you run all the way out there, you're leaving a lot of area exposed in front of the net. Beautiful, immediate clear. That was an interesting take by Blue playing defense right there. Let's see that again. Very aggressive. I personally don't think I would have done that. That seems to be a little more how wingers play defense. They run up with the poke trying to cause the breakaway. Like it seems in general forwards think about how they can create offense with their defense, while defensemen think about how they can play defense with their defense. It worked out this time, but there's a lot of scenarios that could wind up being a 2-on-1. Good job by Blue being left defenseman, guarding his spot while the puck's on the other defenseman's strong side. That seemed to happen a lot this game. Just going to zip forward a little bit. Okay. And now I'm out of the box. Perfect. Let's watch that face off again. So, what I usually do when the puck is on the right side, I'm left defenseman. If I'm a so the centerman told us he was going to win it back to yellow, so yellow is waiting for the pass. What I like to do is glide in towards the dot, and if he's tying him up, I can poke check and disrupt this winger from cutting to the net. And if it's a stick lift and this winger is trying to run in, I will also be gliding in that direction again to disrupt him because it's really important not to let this winger get a free ride into the net. So watch him. I'm going to glide in. Yep. He wins it off the push, but I poke it right away. I'm gliding, not sprinting, is the main thing. Right there, yellow does a smart reset. I encourage doing these resets a lot to your defensive partner, and there's no harm in that. It just lets our whole team regroup on the rush, make sure there's not a turnover. No one really looked open there. And I actually reset it back to him to avoid the forechecker. Okay, we've seen it a million times, but I still want to point out puck's on yellow's strong side. He's on the boards and he's an outlet. And I'm really over this time. I'm even more over the middle because there's no way Blue's going to be passing that to me like here. I'm just more so guarding this guy turning around in case there's a turnover. And again, if I was over here, this guy, if there's a turnover, just gets a free breakaway. You cannot be over here when the puck's on the other side. Right here, I made a slight mistake. Let's go back and look at that. Oh, it turns into a big mistake actually. Oh, shoot. So right here, I thought this guy would not be fast enough, and essentially kind of figured he'd be more back here, and they wouldn't go for this. They do a good breakaway play here. I figure Green will keep up with this guy. I'm not blaming Green here. This is my fault, and I'm coming over to help. Kind of like I showed before, I helped pinch off when we had the numbers. I was going to go help seal off this guy, but he had an extra step or two more than I thought, and I was puck watching too much and wound up giving up a breakaway. And what I try to do again here is I'm going to try to put my stick out on the right and try to make it so the goalie only has to guard the left on a half breakaway. But I don't think I quite, yeah, I don't quite make it there. I even try to do that, yeah. Goalie does his job because, there's some percentage chance that I could poke it when it goes that way, and he's guarding the left as he's supposed to do. So that goal's my bad. I wasn't just going to show you guys a perfect game of mine. Everybody learns from their mistakes. So right there is an interesting scenario. I'll show you. Let's go through that one again. Okay, first off, note: D-men always want to stay parallel and aligned with each other on breakouts as they move up the ice together. There's no reason for me to sprint up. He doesn't need a fourth outlet. What he needs is a guy horizontal to him. If he gets pressured, it's just an easy, quick horizontal pass. But then right here, what I want to show you is this guy is actually going to be coming in with a lot of speed, and me and Yellow end up making a switch, actually, because I was the furthest one back, and this guy had the most speed coming in. So my job is to prevent this guy from getting any freebie in front of the net. So we make a switcherooski. Nice goal. I want to note something. Let's go back and watch that again. Watch how fast the other team breaks us out, how these wingers sprint up really fast, and note how far back me and my defensive partner are already. As soon as they recover this puck, what do? We don't screw around in the offensive zone. We turn the heck around. And because we're turned around, we're in position, and our center did a good job too of making it a 3-on-3 and not a 3-on-2. Always got to respect centers who play good D. So right here, since it's 3-on-3, we don't outnumber them. I play it relatively conservatively, keep my man to the outside, don't let him cut across the middle. Fidel has any kind of cross crease pass. Again, what I'm doing, keeping them to the outside, I still got to watch this guy for any kind of cross crease. I'm guarding my spot. I'm not going to be too aggressive charging at this guy. Same concept. I'm not charging, I'm not puck watching. I am guarding my area. Right there, I do not think that pass was intended for me at all. Um, One thing that you can very rarely go wrong doing at defense is you need to make sure your shot is low. When I mean low, I mean like on the ice. Low shots are where get through, cause rebounds get deflected. High shots miss the net. And very rarely would I ever say slap shot the puck because those 3-second windups, these forwards are begging you to do a windup so they can poke check it for a breakaway. I just do a quick low wrister, and since it was on the ice, that got through. If my wrister was high, that's hitting one of their chests and it's not getting through, and they might have a turnover the other way. So again, just a good example. Puck's on my strong side, I'm on the boards, my D partner cuts towards the middle. I will repeat that over and over again. I want to show something right there. So right here, sure, Yellow would like to have this play back. He could have passed it down the boards, just an immediate shot. Sure, we'd like to say he'd like to have that back, definitely. But what I recognize There is zero chance he is passing me this puck, and if he does, it's not going to be good. I am bailing immediately to cover for my D partner because I realize there's nothing offensive I can do on this play. I'm just getting back and covering. And it's a good thing I do because look at that. Since I ran back and covered and recognized that, instead of them having a 1, possibly 2 on 0, it's now going to be a 2 on 1. So there's a few different schools of thought on what to do on odd man rushes. One of my favorite things to do is attack them right as they come over the blue line, because then you can hope for an offsides, or they usually don't expect it and you can poke it away. They would have to make like a really good quick immediate pass, because usually what most people on odd man rushes do is they want to hold, and then pass over the cross crease or shoot it. And if you attack them way early, it kind of throws the play off. Their forward actually does a pretty good job of protecting this puck for me when I attack him right over the blue line. But the good thing about what it does is I'm taking away one of the two men on the 2 on 1, so the goalie only has to be responsible for the other. Another thing I could have done was ignore the puck carrier and just sat on this guy and let it be a 1 on 1 against the goalie. It's most important to just pick out a guy and defend him rather than kind of sit in the middle and do neither. So I'm attacking the puck carrier. Our goalie makes a great read on this play, actually. There's very low likelihood he's going to shoot that. He's going to pass this from the way we're positioned, and the goalie makes a beautiful read to get over to stop that one time. That's a heck of a save. Right there. That's a great play by Yellow. Let's go back and rewatch again. I'll tell you why. Okay, so look at this. We have five guys, and they're trying to enter in our zone with two, which means Yellow can make the step up because these four checkers are coming back. They can cover. We're gonna have a lot of guys sealing off the one guy trying to get the blue line. This is an excellent time when to step up. Another thing you see noob defensemen do a lot, which isn't the worst thing in the world, is they always just back up, and back up over the blue line and give them a free entry. But there's times that you don't need to do that, and this is just great recognition here of knowing we by far have the numbers. When we have the numbers against them when they're in our zone, you can be more aggressive. When we don't have the numbers, when you have to stay back and be more conservative. Great hit. Oh yeah, it actually does wind up being a boarding. That was more unfortunate luck than anything because that guy's head was not facing the boards until the very last second. I would still encourage that hit every time. Note right there. Puck's behind our net. I'm not chasing it. I'm not running over to the right. I am guarding my spot. You need to guard your spot as a defenseman and stand the F still. Look, that entire sequence, I've been standing still in my spot. And look at that. The puck bounces right off me because I'm standing in my spot. Amazing. As Wayne Gretzky once said, don't go where the puck is, go where it will be. Right here's a really interesting scenario. So our left winger, I recognize, is attacking that guy, which means nobody's going to be carding the one time around the circle. I'm playing the percentages. A point shot is just not a good chance, not a good scoring chance. My main concern is this guy bopping out for either a one timer or a rebound. I'm not even watching this guy anymore. I'm watching this guy. And because I was watching that guy, I saved a one timer. A lot of defensemen would have knelt down, tried to block a shot from there. A shot from there is not dangerous in this game. In this game, long shots are pretty much useless unless someone's in front for a deflection or a rebound. And even then, that's a much lower quality chance than a one timer here. Let's watch that again. Again, I'm watching my guy in my spot that I'm guarding. I'm not even watching the shooter. And so right here's another good example of how we attack as they cross the blue line, but don't attack too much so that we overcommit and step up the ice. Blue's still going to be able to stay with and harass, even though he missed that poke. And my job, once again, is guarding my spot, any back doors. And if this guy crosses, creeps and creeps over towards my area, then I can make it cut up and try to poke it. Back door is covered as of now. Oh, and the puck winds up on my stick as I stood still in my spot. Look, how many times does that happen in this game? Stand still in your spot in front of the net. Again, yellow makes the correct good play of stepping up to recover that puck. There is just zero chance he's ever passing me that. I'm just running back to cover for him. It's not exciting, but it's what you have to do. Yellow makes a smart play. I love as a D man on the board, just immediately passing it back down low. What do you guys think I'm going to do? I'm going to stay in my spot, is what I'm going to do. Look at that. They tried passing it to my spot. Red made a good read as well and stayed in his spot. Nobody's puck chasing. We're staying in our spots. Just a little quick note. Something I like to do when I enter the zone as a D man. I know what I am. I'm not a dipsy dangler. As soon as I cross that blue line, I like to immediately do a quick horizontal pass just like that. Lets everybody get into their proper positions. I give them the puck. I'll run back along the boards. Forwards are up. Everybody's settled in. Nothing crazy about it. But guess what? We scored off of it. Let's watch a replay. I like goals. Cross the blue line. I'm not even thinking about shooting this. I'm not thinking about doing any fancy dangles. Blue line's been crossed. Immediate horizontal pass. This play for zone entries, I don't care if you're a forward, defenseman, whatever. Simplest, easiest way to get the puck over the blue line is cross, make an immediate horizontal pass. Love this play. Green makes a great pass. Red makes a great cut, and we got a goal. And we get Eagles fan an assist. Hooray. And the other team paused it because they're mad. Oh, yes. One thing I forgot to note before the game started, you always want to look at the other team's builds, specifically their forwards, before the game starts. Gold 1T, gold 1T. You know what they're going to be doing a lot of, sitting by those circles and shooting one-timers. So when you see that, you know you got to play a little more out wide. If I were to see a big tipper, and instead of 1T, I'd see close quarters, and I know instead of going a little more out wide, I would literally be sitting even more in front of the net than I already am. Right there, we attack over the blue line. But again, attack while being able to stay and keep harassing him as he comes down the ice. Immediate pass to Green. My first read every time I get the puck. Even while that puck's coming to me, I'm staring at Green immediately to see if he's open. Let's watch that again. So Green loses this puck. Whatever. I'm not here to talk about wingers. He's a really good winger. Loses it there. Watch me. Gliding, gliding, gliding. He loses it. Because I was gliding, I'm able to immediately recover, turn around, and dump this back in. If I was sprinting after him, I would have shot way past the puck, and they get a 3-on-1 the other way. Instead, I was gliding. Can pick that up, shoot it in. No harm, no foul. We can keep defending our 1-goal lead with 4 minutes left. Right here is a good example of the trap. Winger gets the boards, winger gets the boards, D-man get the middle, center's up slightly forechecking. Perfect trap example. Let's see if they can break it. And looks like they cannot. We did a great job attacking them right over the blue line. Good hit by right winger. Oh, they did get through. Never mind. That's some good defense by yellow. Let's watch that again. So I've shown a lot of examples when the puck is on yellow's strong side this game. Right there, puck was on my strong side. Yellow does a great job. He really is essentially covering two guys here. Moving over, he knows there's nobody on his right post, so he comes over a little bit. Yellow stays in his spot since I'm attacking puck carrier. That's an outstanding job. Note that whole time that guy had the puck, look where I am. I'm in my spot. It's crazy. So right there, let's watch that again. That was an interesting situation. So that guy's got me beat with speed. If I go for a single poke check here, especially in this game, one poke check really slows you down. If I try poking him here, I'm not going to get that puck, and then he's going to fully have me beat. Because I never hit that poke check button, I'm able to keep within close enough of him. I can harass him if he tries to cut towards the net. I settle in my spot once again and trust the forwards to attack the puck carrier. Right there, I know he shot it. I'm in the middle of the ice. I wasn't. My eyes were not on the shooter though. I was taking a peek at this area the whole time. Those shots are low percentage, and my body's still there, even though my eyes are over here. Right here, once again, look, I'm in my spot. Yellow's attacking puck. I'm standing in front of the net. I am not charging after this guy for a hit. I'm not running up the ice for no reason. I am standing in front of the net, still in my spot. Well, would you look at that? Standing still in my spot results in me poking the puck away. So number one lesson to get out of this is stand still on defense in the defensive zone. It's amazing what it does. 45 seconds left. We're playing this conservative. Other team gets the puck. I'm already sprinting back. It's on Yellow's strong side, so it makes sense. He's a little more up to pressure. I'm running back to be the last man back. In that case, they had numbers coming in. This will end up being a 5-on-3. So everybody did a good job of not being too aggressive, challenging over the blue line. Yellow harasses puck carrier. Red's got this guy. I got this guy. Even if that pass is not off target, we got that wrapped up. 38 seconds left. Just immediate quick pass around the boards. Get it out. Again, I'm in my spot. Yellow's got him. Good coverage by Red. And that's game. I hope you guys got something out of this. I'm just sharing my observations as I go along. This was a good defensive battle to show you guys in a 2-1 game. This isn't the only way to play defense, but it's how I look at playing defense. And one thing we didn't see too much of this game is my team didn't pass it up to the point too much, so I couldn't show you too many examples. But just one quick thing I wanted to point out before we go. When you are a defenseman and you receive the puck from a pass up the boards on the point, I encourage you to do one of two things. One is immediately pass the puck on the boards down low. When the winger passes to you up the boards to you, you immediately send it back down to them. That's your first read. If that reads cover, just shoot the puck low every time. If you just do one of those two things, it's not the most exciting, but it's a very safe play. And then, once you get better at the game, then you can hold the puck out to pass one timers and stuff, but you can very rarely go wrong doing one of those two things. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys got something out of this.